Hello there, this is Shri from Funnelll, and in this video, I'm going to show you how you can set up the tracking for your e-commerce website using Funnelll. No coding needed, and it only takes a few minutes. So your first stop is usually your website. So I'm going to look at the sample website that I'm going to set up tracking for here. I can see it's an e-commerce website. Customers can view a product page. They can add an item to cart. They can proceed to the cart. And from there, they can check out. So now I'm thinking about my customer journey. So for me to track this e-commerce website and for me to track a funnel there, I would want to track how many customers are viewing a product, how many customers are adding the product to cart, how many of them are proceeding to the cart and then clicking on the checkout button. So now that I have this, I can start doing the tracking. So the first thing we're going to track are product views. And I'm going to choose the category as view content here. And now what Funnelll did is it opened my website and it attached this small funnel tab to it, which is what I'll be using in order to set up the tracking. So I'll go to one of the product pages. All right, and I can see here that I have a pattern to the product pages. I'm going to use similar URLs. And I'm going to select this part as the part that is changing between the pages. So this means that Funnelll is now tracking all URLs that start with the product page, regardless of what the second section of the URL is. So I click track page, it's here, save stage. And now this is done. So the next thing I would like to track are the add to cart clicks. So I'm going to select, click an element. Add to cart. So now I'm going to add or set up the tracking for the add to cart button. So again, I'm going to select similar URLs, select the part that changes between the pages, and then select element and make sure I cover the button. All right, so this is set up. So the next stage would be for me to track where the customer goes next, which is the cart. So now I'm going to track the view cart page, which has my checkout button. So I'm going to say view checkout, and that's a view content. And for this one, I'm going to just select this specific page. Actually, I'm going to do it begins with. So I'm removing all the parameters after I'm using begins with. So I would capture any card and then track pages. Got it. And as a final step, I'm going to track the clicks on the checkout. So this website does not have a checkout sequence. So my funnel would actually stop here. But in your case, if you have pages where the customer would provide the payment, you would also be tracking those until you reach the thank you page. So I'm going to track here and say, click checkout. And I might choose this as a submit application. Alternatively, I could have selected it as an initialized checkout, although usually the view on the first page in the checkout sequence is the one that we set as initialized checkout. So again, remove everything after the cart, use begins with, select the element, make sure I cover the checkout button, and that's it. So right now I have a good funnel. So I'm looking at number of customers who view the product, how many of them added a product to cart, and then finally reach the checkout page and actually click checkout. If I click here, this is where my journey stops. So, but in your case, you might have additional steps. So this is a basic funnel tracking, but let's go back to the home page, because if you notice here, if you hover on top of a product, then you're going to see this quick view, right? So customers can actually view a product without going to the view page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit, or I'm going to actually track the clicks on quick view. And later in the dashboard, I'm going to add that to the number of customers who view a product. And I'm going to show you how in a second. So set up tracking. And it's on this specific page. So select element. And then I hover, I get the quick view button. Good, so I got that. So now let's create our funnel dashboard. So from dashboards, I'm selecting funnel here. This is my first one. And here it is as simple as selecting the right sequence of steps or actions that your customer is taking. So I have the visitors, I have how many of them view a product, add to cart, view checkout, and then click the checkout. But if you remember, we have this quick view option. So now I need to create a stage that is a combination of this quick view with view product. So I'm just going to select this option, which is create stage from multiple conversion goals. I'm going to select here the view product, and I'm going to select the quick view, and I'm going to call that view product / quick view, create stage. So now I'm going to uncheck this and select this instead. And I'm going to make sure it is in the right place. So I'm just going to drag it here. Good. So this is the right sequence. And I'm going to call that the buying funnel. Save stage. And that's it. Your data would typically take 30 minutes to a couple of hours to populate here, depending on the traffic you have on your website. But you're pretty much set. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to add some links below to some of our help articles that shows you how you can navigate this dashboard once it has numbers in it. Thank you for watching.